Mr. Stauber.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and I think that Chairman Graves opened this hearing up to talk about the bipartisanship, the opportunity we have. I truly believe that, and I have all the faith in both our chairman and the ranking member. I have respect for both of them. So I'm looking forward to this healthy debate. Tim and Jordan are probably the only ones in this room that know this. It was about 6 years ago that I had my 43 hours of my pilot's license in my logbook, and I did a couple of landings, and my instructor was in the front seat, and I did them very well. And Captain, you probably know this, that first solo flight, I was so glad she didn't have me come to the ramp and get out and say I'm on my own, because I haven't soloed yet, and unfortunately run for Congress and serving the people of the district have my private pilot license has eluded me. But I have to say I am thrilled to be on the T&I committee and the aviation subcommittee. We talk about the gold standard. Every witness here in your testimony, it's all about safety, making sure that we bring the gold standard to America and then show the world as well. I really appreciate all of your testimony. As you know, or some of you may know, and this is I'm gonna start this question out with Captain Ambrosi. The NOTAM system or NOTAM system that we know has failed. Mr. DeSania and I have championed that out of the House. It passed 424, I think, to 4 or 6. So it's a high priority. And by the way, it passed out 4 years ago too. It seems like this is more urgent, and I urge you all to contact your senators to get this across so we can get that task force going to make it better. Can you just describe the current NOTAM system and some of the concerns, and how important is it that the Senate takes this up so we can get that task force up and running, and we can do it very quickly?
Well, thank you for the question, sir. First, go get that pilot's license. All right?
Okay.
All right. So the NOTAMs are essential. We have a very complex job, and getting information and processing information is essential. And I fly international. I go across the ocean. Let's say I'm going to Milan or Venice. I have information from not only the departure but the destination and every spot in between that we need to process. So without that without NOTAMs and that information, we can't do our job. So it's essential. Now I support what the action they took to restart the system. There's a system and a backup. I'm not going to profess to be at an engineering level on how the actual systems work, but they did what they needed to do in that moment. But it shows that there needs to be an emphasis put on funding and resources to make sure that system is improved and reliable going forward, so that we don't have a disruption like that.
I think that you talk about funding. We can talk about funding, but we also need leadership at the senior levels, and not just changing the name from Notice to Airmen to Notice to Air Missions. If we just have a name change, we're going to have the systemic failure like we did in the January 10th and 11th. So I think it's important that we bring that up. So Mr. Bolter, I want to ask you the same thing on the NOTAM system. What are some of the changes that you'd like to see, and some of the recommendations that have come to you already?
So obviously, as the captain has said, the NOTAM system is critical to operational control at an airline. We require an airline to have all information regarding that flight, both the dispatcher and the pilot, to agree that that flight can be conducted safely based on the information available, to which NOTAM is a huge part of that. So everybody inside the agency understands the criticality of the NOTAM system. From a safety perspective, while unfortunate that system caused us to go to a ground stop, allowing flights to go without appropriate information we wouldn't be living into our safety standard.
With just 30 seconds left, I think that we have to really understand that, and I'm asking you to talk to your senators, because we can get that task force up and running maybe before the FAA even reauth. It's that important. We can't have another failure. And I just want to say in my last 20 seconds, I can't tell you how much I appreciate all of you and your input into making our aviation the safest. And we're going to have robust debates, but I believe that we're going to continue to lead the world with the exceptional experience that we have. And I talk to my pilot friends all the time. It's about safety, 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 both below the wings and above the wings. Thank you all, and I yield back.
Sir, as a former flight instructor, I hope you'll get that solo done.
Thank you. I now yield 5 minutes to Mr. Desagne.